Welcome to the Midweek message. We're taking some lessons from the book of Ruth. I'm reading in chapter 4, verses 5 and 6, and these verses are from the English Standard Version of the Bible. Ruth chapter 4 and verse 5. Then Boaz said, "The day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the widow of the dead, in order to perpetuate the name of the dead in his inheritance." Then the Redeemer said, "I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I impair my own inheritance. Take my right of redemption yourself, for I cannot redeem it." Now, Naomi and Ruth are back in the vicinity of Bethlehem. Naomi was from that area with her husband Elimelech. They took their two sons, went down to Moab because of difficulties in the land. Their sons married Moabite girls, and then all the men died. Elimelech and the two sons. 3 women were left alone, and Naomi decided to go back to her homeland, and both of the girls said they wanted to go with her, but eventually Orpah stayed in Moab, and Ruth went back with her to the area of Bethlehem. Ruth began to glean to support herself and her mother-in-law, and wound up in the field of Boaz, who was a near kinsman. And Boaz had the right, as a near kinsman, to redeem or take the responsibility, receive the goods of the family, if he was willing to take on some responsibilities for their care. He could perform the role of what's known as a kinsman redeemer. And so eventually it came to pass that he decided that he was going to try to do this. Ruth had essentially proposed marriage to him, and he was amenable to that. But Boaz said, "There is another kinsman closer to you than I am." And so that person has the right of refusal, the right to redeem the family, perform the role that's beneficial for them and for himself. And so we've got to check with him first. And so Boaz went and found this man, and the closer relative said, "Yes, I am interested in redeeming Elimelech's possession. I'll provide for Naomi, try to fulfill my responsibility, Naomi and Ruth as well." And then Boaz said to him, and this is in verse 5. We're looking at the verses individually. Then Boaz said, "The day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the widow of the dead, in order to perpetuate the name of the dead in his inheritance." So Boaz said, "Oh, by the way, if you buy Elimelech's possession to benefit yourself, but also to benefit Naomi, you also have to marry Ruth, because she's part of the deal." And so there's another part to this, just not acquisition of property. And verse 6, then the Redeemer said, "I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I impair my own inheritance. Take my right of redemption yourself, for I cannot redeem it." When he got this news, the man said, "Oh, if I do that, that's going to create a problem for me with my own household, my own property, my own inheritance. So, I'd take the land, but I don't want to take the land if the girl comes with it, and I've got to marry her." And so he said, I tell you what, Boaz, I'm out of this deal." And he said to him, "Take my right of redemption yourself." In other words, you're next in line. You take the right, because I cannot redeem it. A lot of things in life come with strings attached. You want one thing, but if you go for it, you get something else. Along with it. You have to be careful that the things you're doing in life are in the will of God for you. because every good thing that you go after, everything that you try to achieve in your life will somehow have other aspects which come to bear, which may be important to your future.